And now we're up with a project that I came across about a month ago. It's a documentary called 32, and it is a privilege to have its director Lil Mo here, and the recording artist and executive producer Maal. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
What's going on?
Glad to be here. Thanks
All
for
right,
having me.
all right.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Now, I knew nothing about what went down in this documentary until you gave it to me, and when I sat and watched it, the coverage of it was powerful. It was powerful, and it pulled no punches, but it wasn't trying to throw anybody in the eye. Lil Mo, how did this whole project come to be, and how did you come behind the helm of it?
Well, me and my boy, man, Jamal, aka Maal The Pimp, we were just having a conversation one day, man, and we decided that we wanted to make a documentary about this topic. You know what I mean? And Maal, he been to school for this stuff, and you know what I'm saying, he had a real good plan and a strategy, and I believed in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, I said, I think this could be a pretty good project, man, a big project, if we just put our all into it, you know. So that's what we did. You know, it took like 3 years to put together, man.
Because what year did this happen?
2013.
2013?
November 2013, yeah.
Now, so the audience knows it from beginning to end. Give me how this whole thing started and went down.
But basically started, it was first was God, I'll go to the beginning, that made us put this together. Back in 2008 or 2009, Hamilton County Sheriff Billy Long was arrested. It was caught with multiple kilograms of cocaine, multiple pounds of marijuana, providing firearms to known felons and things like that. He served 8 years on a 16-year sentence, which is a blessing, depending on what you got. If you get caught with all that, that's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward, this guy gets picked up, he's charged and then sent away to do his time. 4 years later, they indict these guys right here. You know, none of these guys were caught with any drugs. They were all alleged to been talking on the phone about stuff. So they may or may not say whatever they were accused of, but the things that they were accused of saying was a lot less than what he got caught in person with.
Right.
So it kind of just, baffled me that they would get triple the time that he got. You know, if he's bringing in this much drugs and they're accused of talking about this much, where are they getting it from?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the guys the guy who's supplying these men, you lock him up and give him a slap on the wrist. The guys who get caught with or without it, you send them away for almost for life. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of bothered me. That first and foremost. And then when we said on the news that these guys are the worst of the worst and stuff like that, the way they were just profiled on the news. I know a lot of these guys personally. I grew up with a lot of them. A lot of them I just knew from the city, so I know these guys. A lot of them I know their moms. You know what I'm saying? I know their kids, their wife. So I know these guys. So I know what I'm saying on the news is not true.
Right.
And then to see the worst of the worst being profiled on the news, to me that was defamation of character. And then if you're really trying to clean drugs up off the street, we'll fault that. But how do you just only get all black men for that? Every race does drugs.
Yes.
Every race across the board does drugs. So when you only get all black men in the drug roundup, it makes us think they're racially profiled.
And the thing about it, Clint, is, if the sheriff is getting caught with 30 kilos, and these young men are the worst of the worst in the community, and they getting caught with ounces. Okay, kilos, ounces.
Right.
Where they getting the ounces from?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when
How is it? You see what I'm saying?
I do. And when I was watching the documentary, they arrested 32 gentlemen, 32 African Americans of varying ages. Some of them didn't even have rap sheets.
Right.
Some of them didn't have a speeding ticket.
Right.
Worst of the worst.
Exactly, and that's what they were called on the front page of the Chattanooga News.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so then I was reading the part, and you might have to remind me of the name of the gentleman who was talking to his buddy about getting Zaxby's chicken, and they heard that phone call and said that Zaxby's chicken meant a kilo of cocaine, and he's doing what, 10 years?
Yeah, that guy was my road manager in this music.
Okay,
that guy was my road manager. Before he got picked up in this situation, if you wanted to call me for an interview or call me for a show, you would go through him for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Half the time that these guys run the investigation, he was on the road with me. We was on flights flying out of town.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they tied him to this investigation out here because of some people who he knew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
And
they didn't have anything on him. So his deal was, okay, we want this guy right here, and we know that you're cool with this guy. So if you're not going to give us what we need to know, we're going to take this conversation. When you always talking about taking your wife out to eat Zaxby's, we're going to turn it into drugs, unless you cooperate.
Right.
And since you didn't cooperate, that's what he got.
And that was the whole part of it, was what you just touched on, is that they were going to give him a much lighter sentence if he snitched.
Right.
But he wasn't snitched, and so they piled up on him with correct me if I'm wrong on this, but they took two burglary charges,
Two robbery charges.
two robbery charges. Old ones, like 10 years
2001,
before,
something
right?
like
On
that.
two
Right,
different
yep,
occasions, and they
right.
bundled those things illegally.
Right.
Correct?
Right, exactly.
Right. And then they had his wife was on the documentary, correct?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
See, what we want to do, Clint, is we just want to raise awareness on the situation, man. This is something that we really been going through for years and years on years, and the opportunity just presented itself for us to say something about it. To where you can't even get mad at us for saying nothing about it. It's like a slap in the face, man. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to understand, Clint, when they made no, before we get going, no disrespect to you, any other white man or any other thing like that. Just speaking from a black man perspective. Okay, when they made the Bill of Rights, when they made the Constitution of Independence, when they made all these laws in America, wasn't none of my people in the room. Wasn't no women in the room. It was white men in the room.
Right.
And for years, these men just been abusing their power, and the times have changed. Things have changed. You see what I'm saying? Things have changed. We have to change. We can't be going off the same rules we was going around when they had musket guns. Come on, man. We still going off the same rules when they were challenging each other to a duel.
And when
You
you brought up about it's a federal case. This whole drug thing was they call it a federal case, and it's like a double smack in the face that they're trying to make it sound like Chattanooga is the hub of all this violence and drugs, and it's not. And then out of that, the second slap comes when it's, like I said, 32 gentlemen, all African American, and then with none of them had major charges on them, did they?
None of them. You had a few that had some charges back in the day, but we talking in general.
Right.
These are not the worst of the worst. And then to go a step further, these are the worst of the worst who causing all this crime and selling all these drugs. And these guys have been gone since 2013. It's 2019. We still got a lot of murder in the city. We still got a lot of drugs in the city. So who's doing that? And these guys are gone. So how did you really help take them off the street? Because you didn't stop anything. You know what I'm saying? You didn't stop nothing.
And that's a specific point you addressed in your song. What? And then
I sure as did. Because I'm glad you listened.
Yeah, I did. I told you when I saw you in the parking lot, I wasn't trying to be a fanboy when your window came down. I was like, I know you.
Right.
And with it being 2019, another detail I picked up was that sheriff's getting out this year.
No, he's been out.
Oh, he has? Oh, okay, that was the first. It was reduced. Okay, I thought.
Yeah, he's been out 2 or 3 years, which is another slap in the, he did 8 years. When he was sentenced to 16, he did 8 years. Now, if some of these guys would have been caught with multiple kilograms, matter of fact, a half a kilogram, been a triple life sentence, no parole. They get caught with 32 or 33 kilograms, that's cartel type stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's stuff you ship across the border right there. You know what I'm saying? So, so if I'm the sheriff and I get caught with all this, I'd take 10 years happily. That's a blessing right there.
Right.
You know what it should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you fast forward to these guys, the worst of the worst, who on the phone allegedly talking about stuff. Allegedly.
Yeah.
10 to 20 years. Caught with nothing.
Right.
Phone call.
And the phone calls y'all have on the documentary too. So I mean, that's what I love about the documentary is that it leaves no guesswork.
Right.
Like I wonder if that's true. No, you have the whole thing is set up from the making of your video and to the evidence given in the case to the sheriff and it wasn't just drugs, but he provided a gun to a felon, and they got that on camera.
Yeah.
And the drugs too, and the money, and the money laundering.
On camera.
Yeah, man.
On camera, right hand.
Yeah.
Hey, can't get mad at Maal The Pimp and Little Mo Films, man. It was it's public information.
Yeah.
You feel me?
This something needs to be put out there. I don't honestly think it's going to stop, but maybe if we bring a lot of awareness to it, the next time when they decide to do something like this, it will be done with a lot more precaution and a lot more fairness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this type of stuff, this is ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous,
And y'all faced some more unfairness during the production. When I watched the documentary, I saw that there's a part where y'all filmed the video, and the police rolled up and was videoing y'all.
You saw that?
True story. True story.
Yeah. And the only reason they didn't jump out and harass us was because the camera was
Video
on.
camera.
The camera was on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because y'all was watching on the video on the camera, and then you had the camera behind you,
on there,
right on
you
him.
know what I'm saying? So if anything unjust would have been happening, would have been caught on camera. But if we had any cameras rolling, or we would have made something abrupt move as if we were doing something, like, let's get out of here. But we know we weren't doing nothing wrong. 1,000 people walk up down Martin Luther King all day. Why you come stopping us?
And I mean, it's the artwork and the how Chattanooga's being refurbished. The artwork on the buildings is amazing. And you catch that Martin Luther King and the mural there with him.
Yeah, right.
It's just that in the ugliness of the event and what was done to these 32 gentlemen and more that's not on the video. And it's going on right now. Y'all still captured the beauty and the rejuvenation of Chattanooga,
right,
and it's these subtleties. You know what I'm saying? And I know they were intentional. Or they wouldn't have been in the video.
Right,
I mean, that's the deliberateness of this is what is. I never watched it and thought. These are some newbies getting in the game. I mean, this whole production from from the song, and then it wasn't a cross production like I'm doing the song, let me be in the video. It's we did this. And this is the song of how it went down. This is the gospel hymn of how this thing came together. And this is the truth, step by step by step. And it left no room to say but or what if. You know, it's like it's almost like you wrote your own legal brief in song and documentary. That's the way it came across to me.
Nice. Yeah. The song was more like the video was like a soundtrack to the documentary. That's why we wanted to use the video to play it at the end. Once you watch the whole documentary, you
listen to the words.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Look at the video, and then you get now the video makes perfect sense when you're looking at it because you've already watched the documentary. That's why it shouldn't. That's why we didn't want the video in the front of the documentary, in the middle. We wanted it at the end once you've seen everything. That way, the words and the lyrics and the footage that you see make sense, like a soundtrack.
Yeah, but Maal, tell us about the song. Tell us about the lyrics, how you put it together. Your inspirational process, how you get that fire out.
I started writing the lyrics. I wrote the lyrics before I even had a beat to go with it. I wrote the lyrics. Actually, I came up with the hook first. They call them 32. Just what I saw on the news, they call them 32. The verse of the verse. But what's the verse is how their families were hurt. The sheriff gave them that word. There's still drugs in the city. That's real. But they in jail, so you ain't getting it from them. That means it's bigger than them. True story. I wrote the hook based off of that. When I wrote the hook, then I think I started writing the verses after the hook. I still never had a track for it. I just wrote the verse and wrote the hook, and then my homeboy, Plush Shakara, out of North Carolina, he sent me a beat for it. He sent me actually about 10 different beats, and I think when I skipped through the beats, and I got to like beat number 6, I said, this the one right here.
Yeah,
this the one right here. Recorded the song. Once I recorded the song, I just kind of put it up. But I knew when I did the video, I didn't want to do a regular video. I knew I wanted to shoot a video with nobody in it, just me solo. I wanted to include footage from the news in order to paint the picture a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want nobody in the video, just a solo, just me solo. You know, it's just me, all solo shots.
Yeah.
And the only time you're not looking at me is when you're looking at footage from the news. You know what I'm saying? I think that painted the picture right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the story being told, and when they would zoom back on you, it was always like the punctuation mark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, am I getting that right? I mean, I'm not trying to force my. Okay.
No, that's right. No, that's right. You got it right. You got it right. Yeah. And that's the perfect picture I wanted to paint right there. It's the perfect picture. Yeah, the perfect picture. So I think the video speaks volumes because it's the truth. And then you're seeing it as you're hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know it's visual and it's audio at the same time.
Yes, yes. Now we have Alan Shropshire here too. You thought he was gonna get away from the mic, but he is not. How you doing, boss?
I'm good.
Now, the reason it's easy to segue from 32 into what you're doing, the community bail fund, is that, and I've had some personal experience with friends in my own life that some people get inside, that they get arrested, and they don't have any family or friend on the outside to do anything for them to get them out. How did all those factors, or any of them, how did you build this up from the ground?
Well, personally, I can say from personal experiences myself, my past, but I was connected with a lot of different organizations. The organization that helped create the community bail fund is Caleb. So it's Chattanooga's in action with love, equality, and benevolence. So it's an organization within organizations. So we have at least 8 to 9 different organizations that come together for one cause. And this cause right here has been one of the ones. So criminal reform, you know, and the injustice in our system. And, you know, with me being a person knowing that there's people in our communities that cannot afford to be able to bail out, that's our goal. So, you know, I'm glad we're on here today. I can say that good news that everything has been officially stamped. So our goal is before the month's out, we'll be getting somebody out. So.
Now, if people need to get a hold of you and know more about this project, where do they need to go?
Well, definitely, you can either reach me on at my email, Allen@greenspaceschattanooga.com, or you can reach out to us on our Facebook page. You can check us out at Caleb on Facebook, Caleb on Facebook.com. It'll be Caleb. You can reach us on there. But definitely, we will have upcoming events coming up in either March and in April. We will have Issues Convention, and these guys that we're talking to with Mo and my Little Mo Films, and we have Maal. These two guys will be at our next bail fund event too. So we're just trying to tie all that in because they have a good topic what they're talking about, and it just ties right into the injustice that we're speaking on.
Right on, right on. Now, Little Mo, where can people find your documentary and get their hands on it? Where can they buy it?
Hey man, you can go to www.32documentary.
www.32dvd.com.
All right. And Maal, where can we find your CD?
Well, let me say this: the documentary, like you just said, as far as locally here in the city, you can go to the Fast Stop gas station on Will Cox Boulevard, 2285 Will Cox Boulevard. The 32 documentary sitting right in there. behind the shelf. Walk in, you can't miss it. You can see the posters on the wall to let you know that it's still there. And then again, the website, 32documentaryDVD.com. If you want to order offline for those people who like to use credit cards and don't buy physical copies like that. You can order, have a physical copy sent to you, or you can order and stream it and watch it on your computer, either or. So we're covering all aspects, no excuse.
Yes.
No excuse, none whatsoever. Stream it, get it mailed to you, or go in the store and get it, however you want to do it.
Make sure y'all go subscribe to their YouTube, Lil Mo Films. Catch me on Facebook, Lil Mo Films, Instagram, Lil Mo Films, Google, everything. Lil Mo Films.
Lil Mo Films.
Same here.
Yeah.
Instagram.com at Maal The Pimp, Twitter.com at Maal The Pimp, Facebook.com, Maal The Pimp, aka MTP. Subscribe to Pimpaholic TV on YouTube. Holla back.
Well, with mine, my Facebook is my government, Allen Vincent Swapshire. Or it's my Instagram, it would be ALSM4600. You can reach out to me anytime, ask any more information about the community benefit.
All right. Gentlemen, it's been an honor and a pleasure to have you along.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Appreciate the platform, definitely. Appreciate that, man.
It's all mine, y'all. And Maal, we're going to end this segment with you announcing your song. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, y'all check this out right here. This is the hot new single right here. The soundtrack for the most controversial documentary in the city. 32. Holla back. Check it out. Real spit.